Hello. So I'm gonna do my activation / integration video now, and I'm gonna get right into it. Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna do, first of all, the muscle I'm gonna activate and integrate is the pectoralis major. Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm going to isolate it. So what I'm gonna do with that is I have my bands right here. I'm just gonna stand right here. Now you want to put the muscle through a full range of motion when you do these exercises. You want to, like the joint, it all has to be through a full range of motion, so you want to make sure it's back here a bit, and then I'm just going to bring it all the way across until you can't go any further. And then down. You don't want to stretch it out too much because, that just puts unnecessary strain and that would be static, kind of like static stretching, but you just want it to be at a comfortable end range of motion, and then you just go through. Now the frequency for isolated activation is 3 to 5 days per week, I believe. 3 to 5 days per week. I'm getting tired, so I'm just gonna stop. 3 to 5 days per week. When you do this, you do 1 to 2 sets of 10 to 15 reps. And the tempo you want to use is a 1-2-4 tempo. People say 4-2-1, but that doesn't really make sense because of the contraction order. So 1-2-4, 1 second concentric, 2 seconds isometric at the end range of motion, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 eccentric. So it's 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Easy peasy. And of course we would do both sides. Alright, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do, what's the name for it again? Isometric. Positional isometrics, there we go. Sorry, I forgot the name. So what you want to do here, you can do it as needed. So you can do this every day, I suppose. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go right here by my cage. I want to find a pretty immovable object. So I got this part right here. I don't think I'll be able to move it. Now the isometric, you want it to be at the end range of motion. So what you're going to do here is you're going to set up. So you don't want to be here because you could still move a bit further out. So you want to find the end range of motion. And you're only going to do 1 set, but you're going to do 4 reps, each one increasing in intensity. So the first rep we're going to do, we're going to hold it for 4 seconds. You go 25% contraction here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you relax for 2 seconds. 1, 2. Then you go up to 50% contraction. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you relax for 2 seconds. Whoops, my screen got dark. Sorry about that. And then that was 2 seconds rest. Third set, 75% contraction. 1, 2, 3, 4. Whew. 1 1,000, 2 1,000 break. And then 100% contraction. 2, 3, and 4. Ah! Whoops. That was intense. Sorry. I knocked over my radio and it turned on. Sorry about that. Now what we're going to do is we're going to do integrated movements. I have 2 exercises for integration for the pectoralis major. Basically, integration just means that you're stressing the muscle in question, but not only that muscle. So, for example, I'm going to do, for the pectoralis major, I'm going to do the push-up, because it's the greatest exercise known to man, in my humble opinion. So push-up, you want to make sure you're level. None of this, no excessive back arch either. So you're keeping a tight core, neutral back, and then you just go down, and up, and down, and up. 10 to 15 reps with very slow and controlled tempo. My elbows are cracking. I prefer to go fast when I do push-ups, but sadly, I need to be slow and controlled right now. Alright, I'll do one more. Awesome. Good stuff. I'm going to do one more, and again, you can do that, I believe. Let me refer to my notes. Yep, 3 to 5 days per week you are able to do the integration. Now the final integration exercise I'm going to do is sort of like a a cable chest press, I guess, but I'm going to use these bands right here. And these are pretty light, so I could always, you know, up the ante a little by adding some more bands that I have, but this is just demonstration purposes. So you just go here and you just press. So I'm kind of pressing against the line of the bands, so this is sort of like an incline press. And make sure you're keeping a tight core so you're not letting that back arch. Do it 10 to 15 times. If you want to change the angle a bit, you can do that. You can raise that so you're pushing a bit down, activating a few of the lower fibers of the chest, of pectoralis major, end range, and press. And press. Alright. And that wraps up the video. I think I covered everything. You stay classy, PFTs.